Good afternoon, and welcome to The Power is in the Exhale, where I encourage and invite anyone to do a deep dive into themselves. In knowing ourselves, in knowing our triggers, knowing things that light us up, and spending time with us, it gives us an opportunity to react or not react and respond to the world. So, anything that can be going on in the world can go on. Doesn't mean you agree or disagree with it, or that it sets right with you, but you're able to process it as something that is. It is happening. Your emotions don't get the best of you. So when you sit with yourself and you learn yourself, it creates and increases emotional maturity. It increases the ability to deal with anything that comes your way in a sound, non reactive way. So let me just give you an example. When I first started the exploration into myself, the deepest I could go, especially when looking with two discrepancies. So I mentioned earlier in a different video that I could say, oh, I love myself. I was trying to pump myself up. You can do this. But then I would criticize myself about a small job that I didn't do well in my brain. And I would say, I'm stupid. Look at you. You're inadequate. And then I would try to do an affirmation of, you are wonderful. You are great. Whatever. You can do this. It doesn't work. Your body knows, and your mind, you can't fool that. So you have to be careful of that inner dialogue. So sitting quietly with yourself, taking a moment, taking a breath, and just exploring that person that you are, how you process the world, your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings about things is very powerful. So the first thing I remember was I wanted to donate money to one of the many companies that clears up the plastic in the ocean. This is just for example, about 7 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. I want to help the ocean because I want to help the earth. But when I looked at my life, how much plastic I was using, that was a discrepancy. Okay, so I'm drinking out of a plastic water bottle, but I want to donate money to somebody to help clean up the mess that I'm helping to create. So it can be just as little as that. It's not judgment, it's just awareness. Okay, I didn't like that. So I did as much as I could in this world of convenience to decrease my use of disposable plastic. Am I 100% there? No, of course not. And I know that. And I that isn't even the point. The point is being aware. And why am I going to pay money? Excuse me, there's some bugs. To help the ocean, which, I mean, it's a good cause, but the point is, what can I do in my own life to clean up discrepancies? So discrepancies are everywhere. Um, I can yell at somebody for being a bad driver, but then when I am a bad driver, I say, oops, that's not my normal. I hope people forgive me. That, that doesn't work. So judgment is a form of discrepancy. We judge ourselves really, really harshly for things that we do, but then we try to encourage other people. So we have to watch that and just be aware. Like I said, judgment never heals anyone, never helps. It's a why. Why do I do that? What can I do to do things differently? And I see my dog in the background. I'm not sure what he's doing. I'm distracted. Um, just those things, and sit with it. Maybe journal it. Be quiet. In the quiet is when our brains actually heal and absorb. If we are go, go, go all day long, and we are filling every moment with some noise, some activity, and not just sitting in the quiet, taking a breath. Like I said, even 5 minutes, 3 times a day to check in with yourself. Close your eyes, sit still, breathe. If you concentrate on your breath, you cannot have a racing mind. And you're not breathing wrong, so no judgment. Really difficult, but so powerful. It helps you know yourself so that when you do come across obstacles in your life, you kind of have a reset. You're coming from a very balanced place. Not to say that I don't have balanced moments, but when I do check in with myself and I take that time, I can respond to the world instead of react. My emotions are not out of control, and I don't see situations emotionally as much as I would when I'm exhausted, hungry, and not rested or not taking care of myself. So it is our gift to ourselves. And when we do that for ourselves, we do that for the betterment of the whole world. Anyone around us feels a different person. So it is a gift. So I have some notes, but I don't really want to read from them. I just want to encourage you to sit down with yourself, ask what you value. If you don't have an answer, that's okay. Just breathe, be quiet, sit with that. Sometimes we pick up the values that other people want for us. Some things we think is the right thing because somebody else that we admire valued that. That's not authentic to us. So sit with that quiet, figure that out for yourself, and take that time. It is a reset of the nervous system in this very overstimulating world and very reactive world. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I want to share one more thing. So I talked about judgment. Be very careful of judgment of others. When you're judging somebody for, like I said, driving poorly, or somebody, boy, they acted out, most of the time we can look back at ourselves and say, yeah, I'm judging them because I've done that as well. And I don't like that about myself. So turn it around and say, okay, I didn't like that. What was it about? Sometimes we can tell there's a feeling around it, an emotion, a situation. But look at yourself and just say, all right, what did that do for me at the time? It did something. We might not have an answer, but it softens us. It softens us to ourselves, which in turn softens us to the world. And when we have softer people, that doesn't mean that people are going to take advantage of us. It just actually creates a stronger inner being. I'd love for people to try it. It costs nothing, just a few moments of time and some really good thought about yourself. No judgment. Judgment doesn't belong in healing, changing, enhancing. So take a breath. The power is in the exhale, means letting go of some things. So we identify them. We say, yeah, I don't really resonate with that anymore. I'm going to let that go. When you do that, it opens up space for new things to come in. It creates new tools in our toolbox to deal with life. Sometimes we have one or two rusty tools, and it shows. And as we mature, we say, yeah, I don't want to act like that. I don't want to react like that. I want to respond to the world in a better, healthier way. By opening up that space, it brings in the opportunity for new tools. So I welcome you to the beautiful universe of you. When I was a kid, I grew up in the 70s. We watched Jacques Cousteau and Wild Kingdom, I believe, were the two PBS specials or whatever that were amazing. We had never seen anything like it before. I want to invite you to your inner world just like that. We are fearful of what we don't understand. People were fearful of the dark ocean, and mostly it's because they don't understand it. I think we get fearful of our insides, how we operate, because we don't understand it. We don't take the time to learn it. We don't spend any time with ourselves. And like I said, it's not about vanity. It's not about making myself more presentable to somebody else. It's making myself more presentable to myself. That's it. It's that simple, but it is not comfortable all the time. So I just welcome you to that world. You're spectacular. Your inner world is spectacular, even the ugly parts. If you look at nature, nature's got ooey gooey, scary looking things that we don't make sense of, but they all have a purpose. So we look at ourselves and all our ooey gooey, ooh, yuck, and go, all right, you know, I did that because that's how I felt at the time. Why did I do it? I'm not sure sometimes. Do I want to do that again? No. So what do I need to do to change that? And usually it really is journaling, sitting in the quiet, owning it, making amends, and moving on, taking a breath. We all are humans doing the same thing on this earth in different ways. And when we get to know our own unique, authentic way, that's when the light shines. That's when we feel the most at peace. Anytime we make any decision out of fear, that's when the outcome is most likely going to be bad. Oh, should date that person because I don't think someone else is going to come along. That's like a red flag of your own. It's not a red flag in the other person, it's our own red flag. Oh, I should save money because there might not be any. Okay, that's, yes, good thing to save money, but in fear, usually it's, okay, I want to have a better future. I want to save for something important. So I'm going to bypass buying something irrelevant, having a focus. That's what looking into yourself is. What do you value? What do you want in your life? And creating more of that. But if you don't sit in the quiet of you, you don't find it. So I invite you to the beautiful world of you and look at things that you look at in fear and things that you look at in desire or possibility, curiosity. Those are the things that are magic for you. So I invite you to journal, explore that world, be your own Jacques Cousteau. I don't know who did Wild Kingdom. Was that David Attenborough? I'm probably wrong, but you are worth it. And you are worthy of exploration and knowledge. And it creates a softer version of you to go out into this world and to respond instead of react. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. And until next time, go enjoy who you are and the things you don't enjoy about yourself. Just be curious about what it did for you at the time and what you liked about it, what you didn't like, and what you would like to do from now on. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.